Welcome back to the Jacob McLaughlin podcast and radio show, coming to you guys on this Sunday after Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a great day, ate plenty of good food, and just enjoyed your time with the people you love. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Scottsdale. It's been kind of cold lately, but it was sunny and 70 today, so no complaints. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, you guys can see that I am rocking that mustache slash beard that you guys are seeing for No Shave November, moving into Don't Shave December. But it will be coming off soon because I'm tired of the scruff. But moving on to what we got for today. Over the holiday season, I got the opportunity to actually go and volunteer, and it was actually just an amazing opportunity that I really enjoyed. And so I just wanted to talk about that opportunity real quick, about giving back, why I think giving back is important, why I think everybody should do it, and actually what you guys get from giving back. So this last week, I was able to volunteer at two places, actually. I was able to do it last year as well, so I just reached back to the owners and was able to do it at the same places. My first place was Ryan's House, which Ryan's House is an absolutely great cause. It's a house that has kids that can't take care of themselves, is the best way to put it, and their parents struggle with it because there's so much going on with what's going on medically. A lot of them, have tubes going in. They can't talk. They can't do almost anything on some sections of it. And then there's other kids that are very functional, but they just need a little help with it. And so Ryan's House is just an awesome place. So I was able to go just help make food for them and help serve food for their lunch and give them a Thanksgiving meal. And then I also got the awesome opportunity to go to, it's called Streets of Destiny Church here in Phoenix, Arizona. And it's just a church that is down in probably a lower income area, is the best way to put it. And it serves a lot of the homeless population and also just the population that maybe isn't as well off. So I got to go and just serve lunch, say Happy Thanksgiving, smile, and give my time back. And before I go into this isn't a thing to brag about volunteering or brag about giving back. No, it's just for myself. I love to give back. I decided not to go back for Thanksgiving this year or Christmas with my own family. And so instead of just staying by myself or just going and doing something else, I figured I should give back. I should be helping others and taking my hands and my time and using it for good use. So that's just something super important to me. And to be real, I don't get to do it as much as I would like just because of my work schedule. I'm working pretty crazy hours and just with what I do, so I just don't get to give back as much as I would like. So during the holidays, I love to have the opportunity, and to be real, it's something I would like to continue as I get older and into when I have a family, giving back before we serve ourselves, right? Like I would love to go and serve lunch before I have a Thanksgiving dinner for myself and my family, just because I think it's important to teach your kids and yourself, we need to give before we receive. We need to give before we get. And I think that if we go in that mindset, it helps us enjoy the holidays a little better. So just giving into it, I just talked about in my blog that I just got to give back. I got to go volunteering. But during this time, both places I was there, I just realized how extremely blessed I was. How extremely blessed I was to be able to talk, to feed myself, have a vehicle, walk, have my health, be having a home, have a family to talk to, have a place to go to on Thanksgiving, have a job, and the list just goes on and on and on, and we could just talk about every single blessing. But it really hits you when you guys see a child who can't talk. You see a child who can't move, can't function, and do things on their own because of the disability that they have. It really takes all this worldwide and vanity stuff that we think about, that I think about daily, what I'm missing out in my life, and it hits you right in the face, and it gives you a reality check, to be honest. It tells you how selfish are you really being, because there's so many people that would die just to have your problems, that would just be praying that could struggle the way you struggle. And so, for myself, I get up every single day. I'm extremely healthy to the point of, I get a workout whenever I get a workout, and that's not the case for a majority of people. So it's that reminder for myself of being like, all right, man, Jacob, you're extremely blessed. You need to remember that. And it's also just being able to talk, to feed myself, to do the simple things every single day, living things that I take for granted. And I always talked about this when I was doing occupational therapy. For those of you who don't know, I was actually accepted into several OT schools, and I decided not to go to occupational therapy school. But when I was looking at that, that's what I loved about it, is you were always giving back. You were always helping others, and you worked with people who were like stroke patients and people who had head injuries and things like that. It just always brought you back to reality, because here I am thinking I don't have enough money. Here I am thinking I don't have the nicest stuff, or I could use more. And then it's like, you have your health and your family, and you have people who love you, and what more do you really, really need? Like, that's what it comes back to. But moving on from that, I saw the people that we take for granted so much every single day, and just realizing, you guys, I know we all have stuff that go on in our life, and it's not always easy, so I don't try to put this away and say, oh, your life isn't hard, because it is, but everybody struggles with things. But it's when you see, like, when I'm serving the homeless people, and they're just so thankful to have a warm meal. That's it. That they're going to go back and sleep on that park bench, or they're going to go sleep at that bus stop, and that they're just wanting to have a meal. That's what opened my eyes. It's when you see somebody walk in and they're having pocket knives, because that's what they have to deal with every single day. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there where they're living, and here I am. I get to come home and sleep in a nice house and have a bed. So it's always just remembering, that we are extremely blessed in everything that we do. And I don't want you guys to forget that. And this is also not just a reminder for you guys, it's a reminder for myself, because I'm the one who always is like wanting more, and it's just realizing that I have enough where I am and what I'm doing. But also when it comes into volunteering, it's because do you guys ever feel that good feeling afterwards, like you did something great, you made a difference that you were really hoping to? And what that comes from is you guys are giving value. That's what I think is the most important out of the volunteering, out of what this whole thing is about, of giving back, volunteering. It's that you're giving value to other people. And the one thing I hear is a lot of people will say, I don't have things to offer. And it's not true. You have your time to offer. You have just being yourself, smiles, serving. Like, that's what it is. And that's why I think for especially children, when I have kids, I would love to have them serve, because it shows that they have value, that they're giving value to someone else no matter what you're doing. So again, it doesn't matter if you're scooping a plate, or if you're giving a hug, or you're making something simple. You're giving value to someone else, and that's really what it comes down to. And so I just really want to get that point across, because everybody has something to give. Each and every one of us have something to give. We have value to give others. And a lot of times we sit there and we think we have nothing to give. But it's just honestly not the truth. You have your time that can make a bigger difference than you ever could imagine. We have everything in our capacity to give. It just may take some time to figure out what that is. And like I said, most people will honestly feel better. And it's that selfishness and selfishness. I didn't even say those words. Come on, I can't even talk. But you're being selfless, but then it also is kind of selfish, because I'll expand on it. You're selfless. You're giving to others. You're giving value. You're helping others, and that makes you feel good. But with that selfish it does make you feel good. I knew that I was going to go and give back, and I was going to feel better after giving back than I was beforehand. And that's just something that came with it. But I don't think when I say selfish, I don't mean that to feel bad, or like that's a negative outcome of it. No, it's understanding that it's going to make you feel a certain way. And so that's why I feel like we should be giving to others, because it's not only going to help them, it is also going to help you, because it's going to give you a feeling that you can't explain, that nothing else is going to give you. It doesn't matter if you go buy something, if you're going to go spend all this money, or something's just given. You can't explain the feeling that you have until you go and you give back. And it's an indescribable feeling. It doesn't matter, like I said, how much money you make. You could go buy yourself a new car. It's not going to give you that same feeling that it is when you go and give back and you see the impact you're actually having on other people's lives. And I just put a little list on here, you guys. Everybody thinks that we have to, go and serve at a soup kitchen or something like that for volunteering. And that's not the case, you guys. It could be just donating your time, donating your money, donating your resources, donating old clothes, donating whatever you have. That is an act of giving back. That's an act of volunteering. It's also going into active services. This could be going to the soup kitchen. This could be going helping doing a cleanup. This could be helping someone build a house, going to do landscaping, mow somebody's yard. The list goes on and on of the acts of service. But then it also is spending time with others. And I think one of the simplest ones that come to is go to a nursing home. Because this is the thing that will come from a nursing home. You're spending time with people that really honestly would love to have you, that really want to get to know you, and honestly you're making a huge difference in their life. But here's the kicker. You're going to learn so much from those people in the nursing home, because this is what I love about working with people that are the geriatric population. They've lived a whole life. They've lived this whole thing that you're trying to figure out. So they have some pretty good advice, and that's one of my favorite things to do is go talk to people older than me, and especially people who have lived 2, 3, 4 times as much as longer than I have, because they've gone through some stuff. They've probably seen what I'm trying to do. So it's that kind of thing, like, spending your time in a nursing home, it's going to pay you back more than you can pay it back. And then also with that saying, when you're in a nursing home, you're going to see some things, and I always just tell people this, you're going to see people who have regret, and there's nothing that will change your life than seeing people who have regret, because you never want to feel that. There's nothing more sad than when I talk to people that are at the end of their life and you see the hurt and the tears come up because they have regret. And that's like, that if you're not motivated before, that will motivate you right afterwards. But it's also going with, you're making a difference, because a lot of us aren't able to go see our grandparents. A lot of us are in different states and everything. And so going back and just talking to, someone that you're probably going to learn something, it's making their day, it's making their week, it's making their month, and you just don't even know the impact you could be having by just going and spending an hour or two on maybe a weekend or a weekday just to hang out with somebody. Then we move on into spreading positivity. I'm huge on this one because it's what I honestly love, and it's what I try to live each day. Spreading positivity, and that doesn't mean I have to go say something encouraging to someone. That could be, but it's also, it could just be a smile. It could be a hug. It could be a wave. It could be any action that makes somebody's day. I can't tell you how many people come up to me and say, Jacob, I just love your energy. I love your smile. I love that you just are full of life. And that's a huge compliment to me, and I really appreciate that. But what it is what I'm giving to them. I know that that's making somebody's day. I know that's going to pick somebody's day. When they tell me that they look forward to coming to my gym at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., just to get my energy, that's something I know I can give to others, to help them have a better day. So that's just something that I think we take for granted, is just know that you guys can have an impact no matter what you guys are doing. And it could, like I said, could just be a smile. It could be the way you interact with people, but it also could just be a hug. It could be that smile. It could be that wave. It could be saying good morning, good night, holding the door open for someone. Just doing some little act like that can make somebody's life or just a day totally different, and you're giving back to them in ways you didn't even know. Moving on into there's so many more. Sorry, I went onto the list, but just moving into so many more. Like, as you guys can see what I just mentioned, there's so many different ways to give back. It's not just one way. And there's probably 1,000 that I didn't list. So there's just ways that you guys can go back. You can give positivity. You can give value to others. And then I just put it at the end, giving back is what we're put here on this earth to do. Because if you guys are just here for yourself, you will feel it. And what I mean by that, when you guys do stuff only for yourself, you're going to fulfill it. Because that's who we are. We'll fulfill it. But you feel empty when you fulfill it. And it's not until you guys give back, it's not until you do something for others that you really realize what this world is about. That's one reason I got into the career I did, personal training. It's not to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars, because I hope to one day maybe that happens, but to be real, that's not what the career has. It's to give others, it's to change their lives, it's to be able to have them live the life that they always wanted, and to spread positivity and to just have them in a better space and a best version of themselves than they were before. And that's why I got into the career, because I want everybody, like I've said a million times, to live their best life. After being where I've been and where I'm at now, that's my goal every single day, is just to have everybody live their dream life and live the life that they've always imagined, because we're only here for a short amount of time, and there's no reason that we shouldn't be. So I wanted to get this out to you guys about giving back. If you guys get the chance, just give something back. Just do something. Again, like I said, it doesn't have to be going to give your time. It could be just a donation. It could be just giving yourself or giving them old clothes. It could be just giving an old blanket, things you don't use, pictures, stuff like that that could make somebody's day. And especially with this holiday season of Thanksgiving. But as we move into, Christmas and, all the other holidays that are coming up in the next couple of months, it's that time to give back. And so if it's just, buying presents for somebody else, if it's just maybe a pay it forward kind of service, or maybe it's just giving time, giving a hug, giving a smile, sending a text that you love somebody, sending a text telling them how much they care or how much they mean to you and how much you care about them. It's just these little things. So I just wanted to hop on here, you guys, give you a little pump up about the week to come, and just go do something positive for somebody, because I promise you it will make you feel so much better about yourself, and it's going to help them as well. So until next time, you guys, do something active, spend time with people you love, and live your life to the fullest. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.